Hey everyone, what's up and welcome. Today we're back and we got the brand new Arc Raiders Stella Montis update, which is bringing us the brand new map, new weapons, and more. I already made a video covering all the new content that's coming to the game yesterday, but as of today, an hour ago, they just dropped a brand new set of patch notes covering a bunch of balance changes, which I wanted to go through in detail with you guys. So if you want to keep up to date with all things Arc Raiders, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you get notified when those videos go live. But I'm pretty excited, man. Some serious balance changes went down on this update and I low-key wasn't expecting it. Obviously, what's new in this update, we got the Stella Montis map. This is a community-based event right now. I already booted up stream a little bit earlier today and I grinded out the very start of the event. We had already made the progression tracker to unlocking the map up to 17%, and Embark made an announcement in their Discord that they quickly realized we were unlocking it way quicker than they had anticipated and wanted everybody to be a part of the unlocking experience. And so they've reset the progression meter and it is significantly slower. We're still at 1% as of me getting off, and the same amount of time went by as to us reaching 17%. So if you're at work right now, if you're looking to get invested into the cause, don't worry, you have tons of time. You have tons of time to unlock all the merit as well, which is the currency you'll need to unlock some of the limited time rewards. So don't worry about that. But on the new map, when we do get it, which at this rate looks like it's going to be like either tomorrow or maybe in the next couple days, we do got the new arc, the matriarch, which is going to trump the queen. And then we also got the shredder, a new smaller type of arc, or at least I think it's going to be smaller. The community unlock event, obviously, new items to discover and new quests to accept. But let's get into these balance changes. Items, the wolf pack, they said they increased the value from 3,000 to 5,000 coins. So it's going to sell for a pretty penny. Crafting, before it cost 2 refined explosives and 2 sensors. Now it costs 3 refined explosives and 2 arc motion cores. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's definitely more expensive to craft now. Not going to be nearly as spammable. I just zoomed into the patch notes. I realized how zoomed out we were. But yeah, we had the wolf pack changes. Next, we have arc motion cores and arc circuitry. Unlocks before refiner level 3. Now you can get them at refiner level 2. And crafting, before it cost 6 arc alloy and now it costs 8 arc alloy. Okay. So unfortunately, if you already had tier 3 benches, the cost is just going up. So there's really no difference. For people who aren't as far along, you get to reap the benefits. Unfortunately, it's more expensive to craft now though. Launcher ammo, they've changed the value from 100 to 200 coins. This doubles trader costs for launcher ammo. Damn, okay, everything's getting a little bit more harsh, but this is also kind of good. It makes things more rare. It makes you value the item a lot more. And crafting 6 ammo, before it was 5 metal parts plus 1 crude explosive. Now it's 4 metal parts and 1 refined explosive. I think refined are the blue explosives, which is actually kind of crazy because that makes it in a very expensive and difficult item to craft. In all fairness, you can get refined explosives out of your refiner, but you need a bunch of crude explosives to make it. The spotter relay, they've changed the value from 5,000 to 2,000 coins. Okay. Experience, they've reduced the experience per damage from 3 to 2 for bastions, bombardiers, rocketeers, and leapers. So it's not going to be as rewarding experience-wise to kill these arcs specifically anymore. They've also reduced the experience for looting arc components. The bastions components now from 500 to 250, and the bombardiers from 500 to 300. I actually find it funny that the bombardiers are still more rewarding when it comes to experience, because I find the bombardiers are a lot easier to deal with than bastions. I feel like bastions are the more lethal arc between the two, but that's just my take. We also have an increase in experience for looting arc parts. Rocketeer thrusters from 200 to 500 and leaper legs from 200 to 500. Interesting. Moving on though, we're going to talk about some content and bug fixes. They said achievements. They fixed various achievements not working correctly. Players will need to redo some achievements with only one objective item. Destroy the queen, while achievements with multiple objectives will only need parts of them completed again. I've killed a queen before and I didn't have the queen objective done. So definitely got to redo that one. Animations, they said they fixed an issue where weapons were automatically slung when throwing grenades. Fixed an issue where weapons were sometimes hidden when using deployables. And lastly, improved camera behavior to prevent clipping through walls and objects while jumping. Nice. In terms of arc, they said fireball enemies will no longer get stuck on security gates and will pursue the player accordingly. Dang it. Fixed a bug where the surveyor's fleeing behavior could move it out of the playable area. That would be fairly problematic. And they fixed a bug which caused some enemies to take more fire damage than intended. The queen. So I'm assuming the blaze trap grenade, or not the blaze trap grenade, the blaze trap one shot on the queen is no longer gonna work. And it's probably good they fixed this, because the worst thing would be people trying this out on the matriarch if we got it, and their first matriarch kill being a one shot. That would be terrible. So I'm honestly kind of glad to see that this is fixed. We've got some audio changes. They added a system default option for voice chat input and output devices to follow your operating system's default. That's pretty nice. Breathing audio has been adjusted for better balance between players with and without helmets. Breathing sounds are also less audible over distance. Nice. I actually did notice this. I'm hoping that now players with helmets, the breathing doesn't sound so Darth Vader. I wished it was just a little less muffled, and I'm hoping that this balance change kind of bridges the gap between the two. They said they added different audio effects to Scrappy while wearing various helmet cosmetics. That's kind of cool, not gonna lie. Maybe Scrappy will sound like Darth Vader now. In terms of cosmetics, they said they fixed an issue where party members would initially appear with the base appearance. I actually did notice this bug a lot. There is a weird bug right now where when you load into a raid and you're doing the walking animation, heading into the cockpit, sometimes you'll have like a different outfit or different variations and customization options on the outfit you're wearing than what you're actually wearing show up during that cutscene. So hopefully they get that fixed. But every time I've loaded into the game, I still had my customized outfit on, which is good. That didn't affect in-game. Maps. He said dam battlegrounds. They fixed locations in the dam where players could fall through the terrain. I personally didn't notice anything on dam. I did notice some through the walls and under the map stuff on Spaceport, but glad to see dam got fixed. And they said they fixed some collision issues on the dam where players could get stuck. Interesting. Yeah, there's honestly, now that I think about it, in some of the rock areas there is some weird stuff on dam. But they've also they got Spaceport fixed down here. Sealed one of the rooms in Spaceport's departure buildings, making it require breaching to access. The loot inside was adjusted to fit the effort required to enter. Oh, nice. Okay, so we got an extra locked room in there, or a breaching room in Spaceport. And they fixed an issue where certain doors could not be breached from the inside in the launch tower. Nice. Okay, and then we also got Buried City fixes, which I kind of brushed over there. Fixed locations in Buried City where players could fall through the terrain. Fixed various flickering and clipping issues in Buried City. And lastly, they fixed some locations where players could get stuck in the subway stations in Buried City. Stuck in the subway stations? I've never seen someone get stuck in the subway, but good to know they fixed it. Blue Gate as well. They fixed an issue where players could get trapped in the Blue Gate control room. Didn't experience that one either, but overall, good fixes. Hatches. Fixed an issue where successfully entering a raider hatch did not grant immunity and damage knockbacks. I actually saw a clip on TikTok. There was a guy who was extracting in a hatch with his friend, and his friend shot the leaper before he jumped into the hatch to then have him get grief because the leaper jumped on him when he was going into the hatch, and the leaper exploding caused him to pop out of the hatch, and it got him killed. And then the door closed on him, so he died. This is actually a very important fix, so I'm glad to see this one get fixed. They increased interaction distance for the raider hatches as well. I do know before you had to be like literally on the hole, so that'll be a bit more forgiving. In terms of some miscellaneous changes, they've reduced the character movement latency on server to improve the desync problem. Nice! That is huge. Okay, awesome. But yeah, fix the desync problem where it looks like you would get damaged even after behind cover. They've reduced the delay between shooting at arc and seeing impact effects on the target. Nice. Adjusted blueprint drop rates from raider containers. Ooh, okay. So look out for raider containers. I'm going to assume more blueprints. Could be less now. Keep me posted. Interacting with probes, husks, and raider caches, etc. now counts towards looting container objectives. Nice. You get some more experience for that. Fixed a bug where players would sometimes become unable to perform any actions if they were downed while holding a carryable object and then revived. My friend Roxy actually had this problem. She wasn't able to interact with anything for the rest of the game. Really unfortunate. Fixed an issue where you could not loot or knock out down but not out players on steep slopes. And then lastly, field crafting selection now stays on the same item after crafting. I also noticed this one. This one was super annoying. I would have multiple fabric, and every time I would make one bandage, it would like move me to the top item, and I'd have to go go back down, click it again, and then do it one by one. It was really inconvenient instead of spam holding E. A movement, it said vaulting is now smoother. That'll be interesting to see how vaulting feels. It doesn't say they sped it up, just is now smoother. So maybe visually like the animation. In terms of UI changes, they added an inventory item menu option for splitting stacks. Very convenient. Remove thumb mouse button from the escape action in menus to prevent unintended back navigation when that button is bound to push to talk. I actually saw someone complain about this in the Discord the other day, I'm pretty sure. Added a configuration confirmation message after submitting a player report to clearly indicate that the report was received. Certain enemy salvage items will no longer auto-assign to quick slots when looted. Wasp drivers, nice. Yeah, honestly, that's stuff I never wanted going in my quick slot items, so it's nice it'll just default to my bag now. Prevent showing blocked Discord users in the social screen when the Discord integration is on. And lastly, they changed the styling of some of the UI input hints. Lots of changes. We still got a little bit to go. We got some weapon changes too, which we'll get to. Utility fixed an issue where the blaze grenade trap could deal more damage than intended. The Queen. Reduce tick attachment time for the anti-tick field augment passive from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Interesting. Fixed an issue where a prompt would get stuck while fighting off ticks at the same time as the anti-tick field passive being active. Smoke clouds from items are now always visible at the same range as players. Nice. Fixed an issue where trigger nade explosions could bypass the brief invulnerability when entering down but not out, causing instant elimination. Invulnerability now correctly applies on downing. Fixed a bug allowing players to use the snap hook to go out of bounds in the spaceport bunker. I didn't actually know about that one. Weapons, they fixed an issue where firing while standing close to walls could cause bullets to veer sideways instead of following the crosshair. I personally didn't notice that, or I don't think I did. I don't know if there's more balance changes down low. I don't think there is, but I was low-key hoping to see maybe a potential Venator nerf. The Venator is just very overtuned at the moment. I think a slight nerf here could have been warranted to bring it in balance and bring kind of the rest of the loot a bit more up and into play, but the Venator will remain strong. I'm sure they just wanted to ride out its meta phase, but lastly, we have Quest. Fixed an issue that prevented players from completing quests involving multiple objectives or item collections within a single round. I noticed some of this. It kind of got finicky for some of my friends. And they said the greasing her palm quest in Spaceport now includes more thrusters that will complete the objective. Nice. Overall, massive W set of patch notes. Lots of fixes. I think they addressed some of the major concerns. A lot of the desync issues seem to have been resolved in this. And also some other stuff that I think is going to make loot overall feel a lot more valuable, and some decent experience changes as well. Let me know what you guys think of the patch notes. Have you guys already started playing the event today? If not, get to donating, get to getting your merit, and we need to unlock the new map ASAP, bro. I want to play the new map so bad. It looks exciting, and that's kind of what all the new content is locked behind. So get to grinding, get to donating. Let's get this new event underway. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel once again if you guys want to keep up to date with all things Arc Raiders. We've been playing a ton. We got lots of content in the pipeline. And yeah, I'll be streaming the rest of the day on Twitch as well. Link to that is in the description if you guys want to watch me live. But catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Keep up, stay up. Peace out.